they need to get them a visa, specifically an O1 visa. There needs to be a letter of consultation saying that you've consulted with a peer organization. Many of these peer organizations include like the unions, like the Actors Union or SAG or something like that. But we've been doing these for all types of artists, and especially we've seen a lot of theater companies bring over folks, and so we're happy to do these for our members too. So if anyone ever needs a letter of consultation to include in a packet for an international artist that you're bringing over to work with you, we'd be happy to do that if you're sponsoring them. So that's part of our professional development program too, because for members we charge $125 for the letters, and that $125 goes directly back into our professional development programs. So if you're working with either an immigration attorney or if you're doing this on your own, remember that we can do this for you if you're interested. And does Roots, you don't do these for, but
I don't know if we've been asked. Or
okay, so well, in any case, if you're interested and if you're normally going to a place like Theater Communications Group or one of the unions, it's fine. Go to them. That's fine. If you want another letter or if you want to change it up, you can always come to us for that. Then in terms of our other services, those are pretty much our flagships. In terms of our other services, we sort of have the generic art service organization programs like the calendar of events, which you can post news releases or event listings to. You can browse through our special offers and discounts, which provide a wide range of discounts to everything from businesses and accounting services and payroll services and things like that, to discounts to other arts organizations like Dance Theater Workshop and Alliance for Artist Communities and places like that. And now that I'm touching on that and some of the special offers that we have in that section of our site, I'd like to talk about a few other resources that I find are really just the best in the country that everyone should know about if they don't already. So feel free to whip out the pens and papers because I'm going to go through these, and if I don't know the website off the top of my head, then just write down the name of the organization and Google it, and it'll hopefully be the first thing that comes up. I just mentioned Alliance of Artist Communities. I hope some of you are familiar with that. They're basically the National Arts Service Organization for all of the residency programs across the country. So if you're ever interested in going for a residency or applying to a residency program, they have a complete database of these listings of national and possibly even some international programs as well. We have a discount to that database on our website if you're a member, and I'll talk about membership to Fractured Atlas in a bit, but I'm going to go through these resources first. But Alliance for Artist Communities, great database for all of these residency programs, really great service organization. I believe Caitlin is very familiar with Roots. I believe she was at the meeting that I was at, and she's the executive director there. And I'll actually, if any of you are going to their conference in November in New Orleans, I'll be there for that. So please feel free to introduce yourselves. Alliance for Artist Communities is great. Another fun one that is we also offer a discount to on our website is called Getting Your Shit Together. Yes, that is the literal name of it. It's actually software that was really developed for visual artists, but I believe lots of different artists are using it at this point. It was developed by someone who worked in arts education and really community-rooted arts education in Los Angeles. And she teaches currently at Cal Arts. And this is basically a software package that allows you to get your shit together. Everything from putting your contacts in to making sure you've archived your work to figuring out networking and venues and things like that. Really, really terrific software package. She is developing 2 courses for us for our online course series. One will be a Getting Your Shit Together course, which will be free to members. And the other is about presentation venues. So, when you're looking to perform or show your work in a particular venue, where you should go, what you need to think about when going into the venues, what sort of things you need to have in order in terms of paperwork. So that will be at a probably lower cost. That will probably be a lower cost course. But check those back on our website to see if those have launched. in the next few weeks or months. Another organization, since I've been talking about advocacy all day, if you're not already familiar with Americans for the Arts, they are the national organization for arts advocacy in this country. It's really terrific to get involved with them and what they're doing. I'm actually on the Emerging Leader Council for Americans for the Arts, which is an advisory body that advises their board. And I talk with about 19 other emerging leaders. We discuss the issues that are affecting us as emerging leaders, and I've been bringing some of the stuff that I've learned from Roots, especially that I took back from the annual meeting. I've been bringing that to the table as someone on the Emerging Leader Council. But even if you're not on a particular council, and they have 3 or 4 councils, I encourage you to get involved. They give you really easy ways to contact your legislators if there's a particular issue in play that you're interested in advocating or not advocating for. But it's really important to get involved with them. Their website is just artsusa.org. They also have a great job bank if any of you are interested in that. And again, it's just a really, really great organization. And they have a really terrific conference, and it's their 50th or convention, I think they prefer. They have a 50th anniversary convention coming up in Baltimore next May or June. So I'd encourage you to check that out, and if you're in the area or can get to it, I'd encourage you to get involved. It's going to be a really big celebration with a lot of big issues discussed and a lot of big name speakers apparently that'll be there as well. Another organization that everyone's always asking Fractured Atlas, do you have a list of these resources anywhere, or do you have that resource bank? And we say no, because there's another organization that does it much better than we do. Unfortunately, they have New York in their organization's name, so not a lot of people think that they can use them. It's New York Foundation for the Arts, nyfa.org, and they are really a national service organization. Unfortunately, they should probably change their name. But the best thing that they offer is something called NYFA Source. So NYFA is just their acronym. And NYFA Source is the resource list for resources in the country for artists. It includes everything from grants and fellowships to residency programs to emergency loans. It's completely free. You just have to sign up for their website to use it. But it's a really, really terrific, up-to-date resource list, and I encourage you all to check it out. They'll also have everything on there from business volunteers for the arts to volunteer lawyers for the arts. So if any of you, those are 2 other organizations. Generally, I think that there are 13 to 15 volunteer lawyers for the arts organizations throughout the country. Generally in major cities, some of them are statewide. I know Georgia Lawyers for the Arts is the one down here, and that's certainly statewide. But if any of you are in need of pro bono legal service, that's one of your first places to go, is your Lawyers for the Arts office. If any of you need business assistance, always check out and see if you have an Arts and Business Council by you. If you don't, see if there's something like a Business Volunteers for the Arts in your area. They can help with everything from marketing to web design and otherwise, and I think it's generally also completely pro bono. And always, always, always make sure you're familiar with your state arts council, your county arts council, and your city or even neighborhood or regional arts council. It's really, really important. Here in the South, you have a great organization that's Southern Arts Federation. They oversee the state arts councils in the regions. But check those out. It's really important to know what they're doing and to know what services and resources they offer. They're going to be your first source of grants, especially if you're just starting with applying for grants. They don't always require that you have nonprofit status or a fiscal sponsor to get grants, and they'll even sometimes have individual artist grants. But they'll be your first resource for that, and it's always best that you get to know them and they get to know you, because they're your ultimate resource in general. And a lot of people, you guys are probably more savvy when it comes to that, I think.